The curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the New York Jets and the New England Patriots. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So here come the Patriots to take over on offense. They're led out by a man who started more Super Bowls than anyone in NFL history, the great Tom Brady.
I can't help but admire the career Tom Brady has had. The numbers are off the charts. The Super Bowl championships and rings, we know. But how about the durability? Had one season missed, most of that season because of a knee injury. The rest of the time, he answers the bell and wills his team to victory more times than not. I know you saw in your email that the ballots will be coming in after this week's games for League MVP. You've got a vote. I've got a vote. We're getting ready to see a closing argument in this one, though. Can he lock it down?
Week 17, the last act. We're not supposed to say who we're voting for, but I can say this. He's in the stadium right now. So there you go. There's my hint.
There's your hint right there. I'm going to wait until after this one is over. He's got to sway me with one more performance.
That throw by Brady incomplete. And now we take a peek at the Patriot offense.
Hey, I'm looking outside of Julian Edelman right now because he's back after injury in 2017. How about his 2016 season? 98 catches, over 1,100 yards. But how does he get that done? Works out of the slot a lot, plays with a lot of fire, a lot of fury, and a lot of intelligence. Understands how to run routes, set people up, and finishes it off with big catches.
This is White on the screen. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Brady. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it here. This is James White. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. On 2nd down, here's Brady. He's going to let this one go deep. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And in, touchdown, New England. In for the score. And the Pats have taken the early lead. Now Stephen Gostkowski on for the extra point. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after's up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays, and it ends with a New England touchdown. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. Commanding the offense will be the highly touted USC product, Sam Darnold.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Now a first carry for the former Cleveland Brown, Isaiah Crowell. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Deron Harmon makes the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And he's got a moonwalk. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series. It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Herndon's got it complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here we go now. 3-19.
To the air again, Darnold. And that is incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. And the Pats will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. The Patriot offense heading back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And you can see it's no race for the top spot. That's been decided. These guys will hope to get through Week 17 in one piece before they host a division round game in 2 weeks' time.
And I think that what they'll do is they'll be very selective about who plays in this game. All right, there's certain guys.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Working from the gun, it's Brady. He's going to air one out. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Jamal Adams, their #1 pick a year ago, there on the coverage.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. So we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC as the Jets come back out on offense. And the division title out of reach, we know that. This is as good a spot, Charles, as they're going to get. That first wild card and the #5 overall seed.
So it's just a matter of adjusting now, isn't it? And what I mean by that is mentally. Every team starts the season thinking, let's go for the #1 seed, right? Being the top team. #2 is pretty great, too, because you get the opening bye, and you're at home after that. But it doesn't matter at this point. Just getting in, and you just sit down and talk to your team. Would you rather go on the road and deal with someone, or would you rather stay at home for the playoffs? Let's go on the road and go take someone out.
And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. They'll get 4 on second down, but it leaves them with third and still 9 to go. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working that.
And nothing but daylight ahead. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Robbie Anderson, 94 yards. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, they were back in the shadows of their own goalpost, and that flipped quickly.
So much for playing it safe. I mean, the conservative, easy call, run the football, take care of it, create some space, pump the ball away. But no, let's throw it. And sometimes a defense's aggressiveness is used against them because when you've got people backed up, your natural inclination is to try and really force them back, and sometimes they get burned that way.
And they got burned there. So that will push him back.
First down.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
So Brady and the Pats take over 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll run with White. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to...
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Patriots in possession to begin quarter number 2, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out.
20! Wait, 20! Sugar!
Throwing now is Brady. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And give him a gain of 37.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
An update from Buffalo. The Dolphins on top. They moved out in front of the Bills in that one. Ryan Tannehill leading the charge offensively. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Darren Lee there to get him down. On 3rd down, Michelle busts through the tackle. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Now a loose football. The ball comes out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now they'll throw with Brady. To Michelle on the screen. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
4th and 1, this is what fullbacks live for. They're always the guys with all the marks on their helmets because they love sticking their heads in there to fight for the tough yards. And he gets the tough yards here to give his guys a first down.
The Patriots into the red zone for the first time. 1st and 10 at the 19. Into the red zone, it's Brady. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Brady. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Leonard Williams in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tremaine Johnson. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved.
False start, offense.
Yeah, that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Now let's go.
Darnold down to throw, and his pass incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
On 2nd down, Darnold. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because any completions on 1st and 2nd down, now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Back to throw, Darnold. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. So on is Jason Myers. He's hit from as long as 58 in his career. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the 2nd quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
29. Alpha. Go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Allen's got it over the middle. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
By 20! By 20!
Brady now on 1st down. And that one falls incomplete. Trying to dump it underneath. Now 2nd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Looking back to the air on 2nd down. It's Brady. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number. Not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
He sets to fire deep. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
Sugar! By 20!
They'll go for it. It's Brady. And he's got his man. It's Darbo. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive?
Brandon, I have one word for you after that completion for a 1st down.
Lucky?
Analytics.
Well, the analytics say punt the football there.
So we're changing that a little.
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this 1st half. Now Brady throwing on 2nd down. His throw incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. So now on 4th down, on comes Steven Gostkowski to try and get the patch 3. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Darnold on 1st down. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Rashard Matthews, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Final shot before the break, Darnold. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And it'll bring up 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to float this one deep right side. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Andre Roberts now to return it. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now out come the Jets. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
Offense.
And that'll set them back 5.
Still first down.
A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now it's Darnold. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Hurry up, here we go.
Throwing here on 3rd down. Darnold dumps off to Powell. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness.
So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Brady will try again on 2nd down. He's going to air one out. That's caught at the 25. And deep he goes into Jets territory before being taken down. So from their own 20 all the way to the red zone now. A chance to capitalize on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know all the teams say, we're not going to let him beat us. Well, that's exactly what's happened here. They've lived up to that.
Brady to throw on 2nd down. This is White on the screen. Whoosh. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another 1st down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Let's go.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
This Jet defense so far standing tall. They need another stop now, 3rd and goal. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. It's the fullback, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Pats able to cash in for 6. And when the smaller guy can't power it across the goal line, Charles, sometimes you need to go with a fullback. They did. It worked.
What's that thing about force and mass? How's that?
Oh, yeah. Force equals mass times acceleration.
Oh, that's big-time stuff. That's from the same guy the apple dropped on his head, right?
Extra point good by Gostkowski. And that makes the score 14-7. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. Roberts on the return. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. And New York set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So he was holding from that
Still
left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
Darnold. Left side, caught by Matthews. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Hurry up, here we go.
On 2nd down, here's Crowell. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts this down to a 3rd and about 5.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, we're into the 2nd half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Lachlan Edwards now. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Brady and the Patriots now 1st and 10 at the 20.
Wait, 20. 20.
Throwing on 1st down is Brady. Slant route caught by Elder. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there. 18 yards from all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Back now in Foxborough. We get set for the 4th quarter. Patriots have the lead. They also have the football. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Wait, set. Flag.
1st and 10. Here's Brady. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. To throw is Brady. This is caught. It's Julian Edelman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Brady to his old reliable Edelman, and the Patriots have a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 1st down, Brady. And his throw is incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Brady. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Here comes Philip Dorsett now to return it. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Patriot offense heading back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position #1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here. Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
They had 2 tight ends in the formation on that one. It looked to me like he had his pick of receivers downfield.
I think he was just planning on going over the middle. That's what he did.
Picked up 1st down, too.
Brady now on 1st down. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there. Henry Anderson. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And the pressure gets to him again.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Brady going to throw, and he's going to go down again. Brandon Copeland in there to drop him yet again, and he must be shell-shocked back there. That's now back back-to-back sacks, and it's 4th down. Here's Ryan Allen now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Time for a break. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score.
Set. Blue line it.
Darnold now to throw. Anuno's got it, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. Darnold. Got an open man, it's a new one. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. Now Darnold. And his throw here's incomplete. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
Now Darnold, and that's off the mark, incomplete. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure if you have a big-time pass rusher.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Partner, you absolutely cannot take a sack in that situation. Now, it's also 4th down.
Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. As they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Here's Lachlan Edwards now. He's been terrific so far. This is taken around the 12. Able to fight through one tackle. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Patriots take over. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Over the middle, Julian Edelman, it's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
29, Alpha.
To throw is Brady. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Tie it right. Pack it. Right 20. You 20.
Back to throw, Brady. And Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Brady to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. So now it's going to come down to the Pro Bowler, Gostkowski. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. So now it's going to come down to the Pro Bowler, Gostkowski. Footing obviously an issue in the driving rain. This one for the win. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So in a driving rain, he steps up, puts it through just like he's practicing in a gym somewhere.
How about that? Any little slip in this weather is going to throw him off. He stepped up there like it was perfect conditions, took dead aim, and knocked it through.
Gostkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. One last throw now for Darnold. Now a desperate. A crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung. And that's how this one ends in dramatic fashion in overtime with the interception. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here. Coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it. And they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for the Patriots, it won't quite be a perfect season, but it is an undefeated season as they finish 15-0-1. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Renegade.